What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven once again with some Once Upon a Galaxy. Today we are going to play a game with Lady of the Lake, which is one of my favorite captains, and I just think it's really satisfying to just get such great rewards for playing treasures, which is what you already want to do, and allows you to do some fun stuff in the end game as well. So we're going to prioritize treasures as much as we can, and I think it might be Stepsisters over Dragonling here. This one's tough, but I think that Stepsisters has a reasonable chance to just complete this turn, plus we could potentially pick up a Pix to support it, was actually part of my reasoning. Pix or Puck obviously would have been a little bit better, but Pix should be able to get it done here as well. 50-50, grab a treasure, nice. We are up 2 treasures on turn 3. That feels like a pretty good start to the game. I do have to say, Captain's Cutlass is pretty strong, but Worn Shield is more value, especially this early, and we can throw it on a Cowardly Lion. That's beautiful. Okay, so now do I just want to grab Tink, or do I want to throw Silvery Moon on Cowardly Lion? Let's go for the Silvery Moon. Now I'll backline the Laser Shark just so that way it can throw out some pings while they swing into the Lion. Looks good to me. Yeah, this is safely protected. We're going to grab that treasure, and we are going to win another fight. This is like textbook Lady of the Lake right now. Rusty Blades means that if we lose a fight, we grab a legendary card. So we will take this. We could also take another treasure here from Aladdin or from Captain Ahab. All of my cards are really big. It doesn't feel like I'm going to lose a fight, actually, which is wild. Let's grab another treasure here from Aladdin then, and then we'll go Robin's Bow because we can use it this turn, and then let's grab our 5th treasure. Honestly, this game is going too well. It doesn't even really... This is not going to be like a good tutorialized game, I don't think, but that's fine. I'm not here to tutorialize. I'm here to high roll, baby. This gives me more treasures, which gives me more shots. And even though I'm about to get the first instance of my captain ability right now, which is normally enough to win because I can take that tempo and do other fun things with it, I would potentially like an additional shot at like Hercules or even a golden character later on in the game. So because this gives us extra treasures, I will go for the printing press here, and then we are going to grab a captain hook, which, like I said, should just be enough to allow us to win the game for these first few turns. Nothing is really going to compare to this, and this just gives me the flexibility to really pursue other fun ways to high roll. That's the whole idea here. So let's see what we can manage to get done. We could throw a Laser Shark in front of a Tink. We could also pick up a Pan's Shadow. Both of those are fine. I'm going to go Laser Shark in front of Tink, though, and then we also find Jill. What do we want? The Captain Hook is just going to be able to keep on hunting as long as it can attack. I'll grab Achilles here, too. If my opponent gets some bigger cards, then that just means we steal bigger cards with Captain Hook. So that's the way to look at it. It doesn't even come to Captain Hook. We just grab the win. Nameless One is fine. We might be looking to toss Cowardly Lion here soon, too. We could toss Achilles. Sure, I'll toss Achilles. That's totally reasonable, and then we'll cycle through Shoemaker's Elves. Okay, Laser Shark grabs almost a 2-for-1 there. But yes, still a very easy win and a kill onto this wolf. Let's keep on rolling with it. I could have gone for the Laser Shark there, as that could have provided me some treasures, but not gonna stress about it, I don't think. Let's throw in a Cheshire Cat and finally toss the Cowardly Lion. Ship is nowhere near top shape, so Ship Shape Inspector not looking super hot. And there's no animals here. What do we do? If we ever lose a fight, we grab 2 more treasures. I'll probably just cycle through Tin Man. Maybe we can pick it up later. I think this is just going to be like one of those games where we win super quickly and never even do anything in the end game because the end game never comes. All right, Cheshire Cat is really good with Puxatawny Phil. We're going to turn Captain Hook into a secret rare, which is Nanny McFay. And I do believe we'll just pump up both of these two and eventually look into tossing the Cheshire Cat. Puxatawny Phil with the +40/+40 each turn is not going to be that relevant with its ability. Oh, and the game's over. Okay, there we go. Lady of the Lake is really good. I figured now would be a good time to go over my deck list for Lady of the Lake, as well as I just hit Platinum. I don't know if this is the best deck list for this captain, but this is what I'm currently rocking with. We can see the full top half of this deck is all about grabbing as many treasures as we can. And then the bottom half is mostly the payoff section, though we do also play Oracle of Fortunes and Burnator, which are kind of both. They're legendary cards that help you get more treasures, so that way you can get more legendaries from Lady of the Lake. We also have Wormscale Tinker, which is just the best payoff card in the game, especially when you already have some treasures, and Pisces is specifically to pump up the Wormscale Tinker's ability. Beyond that, I believe the Blue Fairy is the best legendary to just pick up and play. If you are slightly behind from doing a bunch of silly Lady of the Lake stuff early on in the game, the Blue Fairy is going to be the best thing in terms of getting you back into the game by immediately being +60/+60 on the board, and Hercules is just another different way to high roll, especially if you get it early on, and just trying to grab those early hunts is a lot easier when you wind up grabbing Hercules on like turn 6 or turn 7. Beyond that, like I said, all of these cards are designed to help you get more treasures. There are some things that I am not playing that I did also want to talk about. There is another dragon, the Sunflare Glider, that allows you to grab an additional Dragon's Claw every time you discover a treasure, which would be counting towards Mysteria and Maverick and Icewing if you complete either of those quests, but otherwise it's not going to synergize with Mr. Fox or Mechanical Dragon or Beanie Baby. Would work with Aladdin though, but most of the time you just get Aladdin earlier on in the game. I could see going further into the Miseria game plan, playing like a Raggedy Ann and a Lifesaver, and potentially even just like the toy that when you lose a shop you get to play it. I don't actually have that yet. I have a Platinum Lady of the Lake from grabbing all of the Candylar cards, and you might notice I'm not playing any Candylar cards. The biggest omission here, I think, is possibly Jaws, because Jaws' treasure find is a really easy quest to complete, so I could see going into Candy almost exclusively for Jaws, and then at that point there's some other potential high roll options that you could play with, and you could mix up your deck however you see fit. One other benefit to going into Candy is it gives you an additional kiss. You would be able to have True Love's Kiss or Candy Kiss to turn your legendary characters into secret rare characters, and that alone could actually just be worth it, but I ultimately decided, oh, and it also gives you in addition to 3 bags full, you also have 3 wrappers full. So I think that, yeah, with both of those things in mind, I could see trying out Candy in the future, but for right now, this is the list that I am rocking with. And we're gonna play one more game with this list now that I have platinumed this captain, just to take it for another spin here. We'll start off with an Itsy Bitsy Spider and a Beanie Baby, but I will backline the Beanie Baby. That way it's not like super likely to die just yet. Peachy Queen, I think we went for that in the first game of this video, but we'll go for some more Peachy Queens here, prioritizing the Peachy Queen triple, just making that into a 3-2 and free rolling the shop rather than going for the Dragonling. But I do think all of these questing cards are typically things that I would pursue. Just this game, we happen to grab our first treasure from an itsy bitsy spider. And from here, we will pick up a padded shield, and we will take that tempo. And honestly, that's probably, like, I'm not doing a great job just showing off Lady of the Lake here, but that is quite good, I do have to say. Now I will take a Jill Sunshine, and probably time to toss the Beanie Baby at this point. We'll backline the Peachy Queen so that she can stay supporting the Jill, and everything else can attack onto the Lion. Lion is going to go down here, but I do manage to tie this fight. So we tied this fight, and we pick up our second treasure, and I think we'll take a ticking time top after that. Chances are we will probably start to lose some fights eventually, and let's make sure we have a Miseria for when we do. Yeah, this is a big laser shark that's probably going to cause us a little bit of trouble here and now, so we will lose our first fight. Not a big deal. We lose half a heart and grab a constellation prize, and we immediately get to heal that heart up. And now if we lose another fight, we will grab the full constellation prize, or another constellation prize, and the Lady of the Lake as our real victory prize there. So all of this is looking beautiful. You can see the rare cards that we have chosen to put into our deck coming up really nicely here. Mechanical Dragon. You know what? I'll actually just throw that right here, because Mechanical Dragon dies, and then we get a legendary card. We're also going to grab a treasure from Cowardly Lion, which means we are also going to grab a treasure from... Oh, wait, maybe that doesn't work, because the Maverick and Icewing was not there to see us grab the other treasure. Well, we're going full treasures this game. We are going for a Dwarven cart. This gives us a Guardian of the Grove, and I think I want to keep Cowardly Lion. It's tricky because it's not a animal that gets to attack, so it's not that great with Guardian of the Grove, but I think we're going to move out of this Peachy Queen stuff. Peachy Queen is also, you know what, I'm going to toss Jill Sunshine for now, because Peachy Queen is really, really good if we find a Pisces. So, like, maybe we hang out here for one more moment, but I'm not sure. I think now I'm just going to cycle through Boon Willow to keep Peachy Queen. Like, worst case scenario, I lose another fight and we get more constellation prizes. So I'm not, like, really risking too much here. Do I want to toss a Cowardly Lion? I'm going to toss a Cowardly Lion that can't attack. Yeah, that seems fine. We'll lead with Guardian of the Grove, and we'll back it up here with a Blind Mouse. Mechanical Dragon not going to die on this fight. Realistically, now that I am seeing this synergy, you want to keep Maverick in the back line and Mechanical Dragon front line. I don't think it's an issue, really. I'm going to play Flying Monkey, and I am going to slowly pivot into a little bit more animals. Now I'm thinking about changing this over to a Karma Chameleon. Mighty Mouse would be fine, though, as well. I definitely want to play Mechanical Dragon, though, and I want to play Maverick and Icewing while it is still left to complete. So Maverick and Icewing going to grab us another treasure. That will be treasure number 8, right? So we still need 2 more. Flock of Mimics will mean that the next time I get a treasure, it will be the next 2 treasures. We could also go for this. Whenever you get an uncommon or higher treasure, get a common treasure also. Yeah, that seems good. Ooh, the Kraken as our hatch is pretty good. We can definitely swap out Maverick and Icewing here, so I'll swap that into a Scarecrow. Then we could play another animal, or we could just throw a Giant Growth on a Blind Mouse and feel pretty good, honestly, about where this game is. I really like Lady of the Lake, obviously, as I've hit platinum with it. I do tend to play it a lot, and it's for a lot of instances like this. I do think I got very, very lucky in the early game in, honestly, probably both of the games in this video, even though I don't really remember the first one that I played. That was a week or 2 ago. It's just like, getting a random legendary early on, whatever it is, Guardian of the Grove, the Kraken, like whichever one you wind up getting, Jabberwocky, I do think that there winds up being a lot of fun ways to play around it. All of the games feel very textured and different because you wind up getting different legendaries to build around, and I think that there is some good high roll potential with that increased ability to find Tinkerer and Hercules as well. I think I'm just going to cycle through Jabberwocky. I don't know if that's crazy. If the Kraken hunts, we do have our ship in top shape, so that's something that I'm like kind of interested in, at least for another moment. The Kraken, reasonable odds to hunt, but is going to fail to do so yet again, but this Blind Mice will be able to hold down the fort, and we also grab a treasure from the White Whale. That means that we will also grab a treasure from our Dwarven cart, and we will also grab a treasure from our frequent flyer card. We don't need our spells to cast for Treasure Hoard. We could go for Pipe and Hot Pie. That's totally fine. All right, and now we grab a legendary that's going to be Goldilocks to go with the Kraken. I'm gonna cycle through it because I want to do everything else that I'm doing. And now I think I'm going to go for Jasmine Dragon. I'm just going to cut the Kraken completely, or I'm going to play the Kraken backline. No, I'm going to cut the Kraken completely because I think that the rest of this stuff is giving me better tempo, and this all allows me to pursue higher roll. So that's the plan. Mixo Macho on Mechanical Dragon, it's pretty small at this point, so we can go for that. And then a Parting Gift on Mechanical Dragon is pretty solid. This will also give me some bonus shops with Jasmine Dragon and a bonus Dwarven cart. Now we can cycle out the Scarecrow, and we've got a good True Love's Kiss target. When we find an epic treasure, we're grabbing additional treasures, and the Burnator finally gets to join the crew. We will swap out Goldilocks as we slowly pivot over to dragons, though it looks like that pivot's going to happen slightly faster than we thought as we pick up Wormscale Tinkerer to cap off the turn. No clue how many treasures I've gotten so far. This is 5, so 15 plus 3 is going to be 18 treasures. Is that right? I think so. Yeah, looking good here. We are potentially losing this fight. Yeah, we lose a full heart, which is a bit of a bummer, but that means we get some more constellation prizes, and we also grab 3 treasures from the Dwarven cart because of Burnator. So we'll grab the Royal Invitation and some more things, and now we get to grab some legendaries to start off our turn. Oh, not before cycling through a Long John Silver. I do think I'll cycle through this. It would be a good True Love's Kiss target because I don't really want to kiss either of these, and I want to keep everything else on the board. But Blind Mice being my biggest thing, I think I'll just keep it there for now. Though I could see pivoting over to Friar Tuck, just to give me one more shot at one additional shop. You know what? Titania could also just be the play here. No, Blind Mouse. If I'm picking up Titania, I'm just keeping Blind Mouse. So let's just cycle through Fire Tuck. Here is the Blue Fairy, a little bit late at this point, but shout outs to that. And now Mechanical Dragon. This will give us, 3 more treasures, which all of these come with an additional common treasure, so we are going to see another legendary here as well. So, and when you get a common treasure, get an epic treasure as well. We are doing it, y'all. Mushroom Ring and then Gilded Lily to finish us off. Now all of my treasure hoards are going absolutely crazy. We don't have the Daisy Jones locket, but Mechanical Dragon will still die and give us a full 4 Dragon's Claws, which means it immediately activates the Dwarven cart. And from there, where even is the Dwarven cart? We've lost all of our treasures. So it immediately activates the Dwarven cart, which, as you saw, gives us 9 treasures. And yeah, all of this is crazy. I don't even think all of this is like working with Lady of the Lake. And I have seen this happen before, where we basically just have too much going on that it fully breaks down. But sure, we grab a timeline duplicator from our Gloves of Thieving. Sure. Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to want to take Goldilocks here, and this is I think, going to be enough to replace the blind mouse. I think that we're fine. And which of these things do we want to take first? Do I want to take the Chain of Camaraderie or the Hand of Midas? I'll go for Hand of... we don't need double Hand of Midas. We need double Chain of Camaraderie. Okay, makes sense. This will still give us a golden legendary from Lady of the Lake. And yeah, I think it's just like eating our stuff here somehow. But now we pick up Wormscale Tinker. We get more treasures. Melody's Loot is fantastic. I mean, we get all three of these, but we'll want to pick up Melody's Loot first because then it starts to scale immediately. But Melody's Loot with Wormscale Tinker is obviously a busted interaction. We do find the Daisy Jones Locket. We do find some more stuff. And yeah, we just picked up Goldilocks so that way we could kiss it. But it is good with Frankenstein's doctor. Huh. Am I ever tossing Jasmine Dragon? Nah, I think I'm tossing Goldilocks here, unfortunately. So I'm going to grab that. We'll grab all of this stuff here too. And yeah, it's just every time I grab a card, this is insane. Every time I grab a card, I get more cards and get more cards. So like this isn't stopping. And now we have the Trifork. So, but I don't even want to toss the Burnator because this is doing so much work for us. Unfortunately, this secret rare character that we pick up here will not be made golden. We are out of Hand of Midas's here, but we will still get to grab an absolutely massive Zeus that will allow for triple casts in upcoming turns. I'm sure we've got breadcrumbs. I'm sure we've got basically everything we could ever want. A hunt is going to give us 4 Dragon's Claws, and if this ever manages to die, this is the Lady of the Lake game that you were talking about when you put this deck together. So I'm glad we could throw in another one. Oh, we grabbed sweet breadcrumbs from our, what is it called? Our, Gloves of Thieving here. Do we actually get cinnamon rolls from sweet breadcrumbs when we don't have candy cards in our deck? I'm not sure. This is a bit of a bummer to cycle through. Captain Hook is a really good card and could help us beat like some crazy scam boards. You know, we could always find a Jasmine Dragon again if we decide that's something that we want. And here is the Tiamat's Claw. Unfortunately, we do not yet have the World Shrub, so everything is not yet a dragon, but I'm happy to take the Tiamat's Claw. It does make me kind of wish that we had held onto one more dragon, though I guess my front line being full dragons is good too. And you know what? I'm going to replace the Captain Hook with a Friar Tuck and then triple Cinnamon Roll, which will give me an additional bonus shop here from the Friar Tuck. We do still have Lost in the Woods. We also have Hercules and Shadowmancer. And Friar Tuck. I'm just going to keep on picking up legendaries and keep doing everything because this gives us one more bonus shop. And then, of course, we do grab some more treasures. Here's the World Shrub. So now everything is a dragon in addition to being in everything else. Where do we want to take this from here? Why is everything huge? Because of Chain of Camaraderie. So cycling through these Miserias will allow us to keep cycling through the Chain of Camaraderie. Let's get Stroke in here. I do think we will possibly toss the Friar Tuck, but not for a 2-headed dragon. We will simply pick this up to grab some treasures. Oh, a Silvery Moon for Zeus. Sure thing. That's because everything is a mage, and the first 5 times I recruit a mage each turn, we grab, oh, we're out of common treasures and we're out of epic treasures. Well, no, we're out of just common treasures, that's all. And whenever we recruit a dragon, we probably grab a common treasure, but there are no common treasures left. Are there worthy things for just casting spells? I mean, it's plus 16, plus 14. Oh, but this is the chain. Yeah, let's keep chaining with the Chain of Camaraderie and then over the rainbow to go over the top here. Or we have a True Love's Kiss and we delay this pick. I like kissing here, so let's kiss the Friar. Give us a... Oh, we've got a Wonder Box. No, we don't. We have the Loki's Scepter. Yeah, this is a pretty good game, for sure. So we have Loki's Scepter whenever we cast a spell on a mage. So what did we lose? We actually lost a... I mean, this is like a beautiful, beautiful pickup here. So I'm totally fine because now everything has Farewell get 2 random treasures instead of just 2 Dragon's Claws. So that was totally worth it. We will... And by the way, because they all have Farewell... Our cards might not die, but they will be able to hunt. So that is actually the game plan. All of our cards have hunt, probably getting at least 2 treasures. Have we doubled our hunts yet? I don't see it, but I forget exactly what I'm looking for, to be totally honest. If you see it, let me know in the comments, but we're about to find out as well. I think I'll pick up Oracle of Fortunes just because I threw it in the deck, and that would be nice to see as well. Pisces is pretty nice once you have the World Shrub because it makes buffs from Fae an additional +6/+6 since it is a Fae and it's buffing itself. Is that right? Am I explaining that right? No, that can't be right, but I don't have the fairy treasure yet. Otherwise, I'd be going absolutely crazy here. I'm still going to grab this because it will turn Wormscale Tinker into a +11/+11, which obviously gets very quickly out of hand. Then we will cycle through. Actually, let's cycle through epic cards. So that way we can, and I don't believe there's any more bags left to be obtained. We're going to cycle through the Kraken. Then we could cycle through Long John. That is totally reasonable. We could also Midas Touch on Zeus. I don't know if that resets Zeus. I know it makes him huge. I know it will give him... actually, it doesn't make him huge. It makes him a little bit stronger. But I think I still like this because... and I'm kind of like testing something here too. I'm not sure if using this on Zeus will give us another triple cast on the next shop. No, doesn't look like it does. Okay, so that's a bit of a bummer. We could cycle through Na'vi for the extra heart. We could pick up Ironcast Dragon, though we're out of common. So let's just meet another legendary in the tavern. Oh, Merlin. How are you, Merlin? I'm just going to toss you for now as we move into the penultimate fight of the game. And we get to see all of these dragons go absolutely nutso here. We're also stroking, and this gives us, I believe, another 4 treasures. Alchemistry set, Drafty Window, Aphrodite's Tear, and Genie's Lamp. But we are still going to have one more turn, which is fun. And do they attack into the Oracle? They do, which is why we picked up some extra treasures there. We also steal some treasures because of our Gloves of Thieving. So everything just got an additional bigger, and we picked up a Dragon's Claw there too. Is that what it's called? Oh gosh, I have to remember the name of every treasure for this video. No, this was Dragon's Claw. We just picked up an additional treasure hoard on everything, which I don't even see. Oh, Dragon's Crown. That's what it is. Okay. Now let's simply toss Long John Silver. This potentially... Oh, it only gives us the +1000 sword. Bummer. Okay. The Burnator can probably go at this point. I know it's got Treasure Hoard 15, so it's a pretty solid card to keep on playing, but we might toss the Burnator just because we can't choose 3 at this point. There's no treasures left. So, okay, we do get one more choose 3 out of this. The Co-Captain's Courser, all of our spells now counting for Treasure Hoard is going to add up when we've got some Treasure Hoard 15 cards. And what do we say? Do we copy all of our treasures, or do we make our shop secret rare? What other secret rare are we looking for? We are looking for Ghost Armor. I mean, Ghost Armor in the +1000 sword slot is pretty insane. So yeah, let's go for Artemis and look for Ghost Armor. We'll cycle through a Bahamut. Oh, Tribble Trouble and Doppelganger. But I think I have to go... No, I'm not sure about this. Because I think what we could do here... I think if we don't pick up this cinnamon roll, then we will find breadcrumbs in our next shop. Is that right? Yes. No. This is... I must also have breadcrumbs for Lost in the Woods. So I think if I roll past this cinnamon roll... I will still be able to find breadcrumbs, and that means I could either take a Tribble Trouble, which would be huge in this slot and make this ghost even more unbeatable than it already is. Doppelganger is also a scam and a half, so I think that's a lot of fun. I'm a little bit worried that our next shop we aren't going to see a Lost in the Woods, but we are rather going to see an epic spell or a legendary spell. I don't know if we even have that treasure, but I'm just imagining. Yeah, Merlin's Tome. So I'm worried that if we don't pick up these breadcrumbs, my next shop will have a legendary spell rather than that. So I'm just going to cinnamon roll here. I think that we'll find a secret rare character to throw in. And honestly, I kind of like this double as well. That is also a lot of power. Spirit of Vengeance is also quite good. We could toss Oracle of Fortunes and Burnator for Spirit of Vengeance and one other thing, but I think I want to double and double here. This just seems really powerful to make this first slot really big. Oh, and it also double casts somewhere else. Oh, Secret Santa is another really good option to throw in this slot. I'm surprised the Oracle of Fortunes is bigger than the Burnator. I guess we just picked it up later, but I am going to grab a Secret Santa here and toss Oracle of Fortunes because I think we have enough treasures at this point. Then I think I'll grab some more treasures because we can always use some more treasures, right? And yeah, I guess saying that while keeping the Burnator is a little bit silly, but now we will grab some more treasures here. And we can Eureka. Oh, this is fantastic. Let's Eureka here to start. And this will give us 4 more shops. We haven't found an Eureka yet, but now we have found a ghost armor. You meet in a tavern when you're on an Artemis shop is actually pretty solid. Ooh, are we ever, like, do we have everything? Do we toss Tiamat because we have everything and we go for Spirit of Vengeance? Maybe. I think I'm never tossing Wormscale Tinker, but a Spirit of Vengeance, like, it's not going to be an upgrade for this shop, but I'm just thinking about you whenever you have to play against this board. The last video that I posted to Reddit, somebody mentioned playing up against me, and that's always an additional motivation to make my boards as strong as I can here to wrap up this video. Sure. Let's make a fully secret rare board while we're at it. We actually don't have the Wonder Box, but we are doing pretty good at just pumping up the whole team. Let's give the team a nice little +14/+14. Then let's take a golden ghost armor. I do like the Pisces. It's +19/+19 on Fey buffs, which is obviously quite good. But ghost armor golden will give us the Wonder Box. Oh, bottled starlight. Oh, we were missing. Oh, we can only grab one of these two. Oh no. +30/+30 or double. I have to go double. Double it or pass it to the next person. Yeah, let's go for this. Now I'm realizing, like, okay, well, I was going to say I'm realizing I might want some more gold cards, but when I have an opportunity here to double and double and double and double, let's just double it and pass it to the next person. A 30,000 attack ghost armor is pretty good. When this hunts, it will be able to spread all of that power around. Actually, Spirit of Vengeance should have gone sooner as well because this will be able to hunt and deal some nice stuff. But now Zeus is 150,000, which is pretty fantastic. Spirit of Vengeance also 200,000. These are absolutely incredible numbers for not just, I mean, we're infinite. There's no other types of like infinite in this game, but like not from just like Hercules or whatever. These are real numbers that you can actually do the math and figure out exactly how we got here. It'll be some pretty complicated math, but this was a pretty fantastic game and a fantastic showing for Lady of the Lake. This is legitimately the first game that I'm playing since getting platinum on this captain, so that's a fun way to celebrate, and I will start to unlock, it's platinum because I have all of the cards from Candylar. I will start to unlock all of the cards from the base set on Lady of the Lake slowly, and then maybe I'll revisit this captain again. But I think for now, this is a fantastic bookmark. I didn't record this full game because I played it on my phone and I didn't think it was going to pop off as much as the Lady of the Lake game that I just showcased. But this is actually the game that got me to Legendary this season, and it was also with a crazy Lady of the Lake high roll. I think it's pretty consistent to high roll with this captain, like I said. And here are all of the treasures that I had this game. I picked up in Indiana clones at some point to copy a few of these treasures, and you can see that the constellation prizes are giving plus 31, plus 31. So we did some pretty big stuff this game, and like I said, that wound up getting me to a Legendary for the season as well. I also wanted to show one more set of just screenshots here to finish off where the Blue Fairy was the first Legendary that I picked up off of Lady of the Lake, and you can see that giving me incredible tempo here, enough that there's probably no possibility that I lose and trigger this Miseria. And here was the full board. I had a mechanical dragon churning out some treasures for me as well, and then here is the finish for that game. Yeah, just another great Lady of the Lake high roll. And that is going to be it for me for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.